Fake it till you make it? For these four, it's still a nightmare. What do Sam Bankman-Fried, Charlie Javis, Trevor Milton, and Elizabeth Holmes have in common? They're young, ambitious, wealthy, and caught up in mega fraud. For these four entrepreneurs, fake it till you make it is still a nightmare. Every now and then, they resurface in the media. Sam Bankman-Fried, Charlie Javis, Trevor Milton, and Elizabeth Holmes. Their dream of changing the world has turned into a nightmare. Today, they are sidelined as entrepreneurs, but their legal battles are still ongoing. Elizabeth Holmes is the only one convicted, but she remains in the spotlight, quite literally, with a film about her life. Holmes, the female Steve Jobs. As a child, Elizabeth Holmes, growing up in Washington, already had a strong aversion to needles. At the age of 19, she starts a startup promising revolutionary blood tests. Just a few drops of blood, a finger prick, are enough to detect diseases like HIV, cancer, and diabetes. She's self-assured, convinced of her brilliant idea, even unyielding. Like Apple legend Steve Jobs, she wears the iconic black turtleneck and carefully cultivates her image. If anyone dares to doubt her method, she simply doesn't listen. Investors line up, and Holmes raises $1 billion in various rounds of funding. Notable names like Rupert Murdoch and Henry Kissinger sit on her board. At its peak in 2014, Theranos is valued at $9 billion. In 2015, Forbes names Holmes the youngest and richest self-made female billionaire in the US. Her fortune is estimated at $4.5 billion. But in the same year, the Wall Street Journal publishes an article tearing apart the blood tests. Unreliable blood tests. They are not just unreliable. The tests are even conducted on devices from other companies. Holmes is taken to court, investors back out, and in 2018, Theranos is dissolved. Holmes is arrested for fraud among other charges. Her prosecutors argue in court documents that she was blinded by ambition, putting people in danger and continuing to do so. She is labeled as manipulative, even narcissistic. She accepts no responsibility. On the contrary, she insists she's the victim. Last year, Holmes was sentenced to more than 11 years in prison and ordered to repay over $450 million to her investors. Since May of this year, she's actually behind bars. A month later, she claims she'll never be able to repay her victims. Despite being the subject of books, podcasts, documentaries, a TV series, The Dropout, and a film, Bad Blood.
Welcome to the 777 Files, the most captivating channel on YouTube for truth seekers and justice warriors of our time. Here, we dive deep into the realm of real-life events, unveil hidden backstories, and expose the craftiest scammers who hide behind the mantra of fake it till you make it. In an era where companies and individuals all too often try to capitalize on innocent consumers, we are the ones shining a spotlight on their deceit. Whether it's high-tech scams, shady business practices, or promises that seem too good to be true, the 777 Files leaves no stone unturned. Alongside our researchers and experts, we'll take you on a revelatory journey into the dark side of the entrepreneurial world. We lay bare the truth, provide insight into complex matters, and ensure that swindlers are held accountable. So, if you're keen on exposing those who exploit the trust of others, and if you want to know what truly goes on behind the scenes of some of the most dubious businesses and entrepreneurs, subscribe now to the 777 Files. Together, we'll strive for honesty, integrity, and justice in the realm of business and entrepreneurship. Keep watching, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, and the 777 Files brings the truth right before your eyes.